It's the State Show with Jeff Mavros. And here's your host, Jeff Mavros. He's also the director, and the writer, and the producer.
Hey everybody, welcome to the State Show with Jeff Mavros. I'm your host, Jeff Mavros. I am the director of admissions here at Illinois State. And all that really means these days is I occasionally occupy the top leftmost box during Zoom meetings. You know, it's that time of year when sugar plums dance in our heads. We tell any number of well-intentioned little white lies to children, and we sing songs about a portly man in a red suit. Well, here in Redbird country, we revere a certain portly, red-suited character year-round. I know, Reg. If you're a bird, the camera adds a good 15, 20, 25 pounds. No, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it this episode. It's the holidays. We all should be spreading goodwill. And if we've learned anything this year, it's that we should treat each other with just a little more care and compassion, regardless of our differences. The truth is, you're a great listener. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You're incredibly loyal. And you make the best birdseed of anybody. Oh, you've made me even more birdseed. You know what? I still haven't finished the last batch. Today's show's a great one, friends. For all of you admitted students out there, we're going to talk about your next steps to becoming a Redbird, and we're going to do so with one of my favorite people on campus, Dr. Jana Albrecht. I'm also excited to tell you that today's musical guest is none other than Lady Gaga. And even though I'm excited to tell you that, it's not true. It's not true at all. So instead, ladies and gentlemen, the house band, Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, everyone. Thank you guys. You know, you guys are a huge part of this show. You let me call you something different every week. You put up with the Ellen-like culture on set. You just keep clocking in every week and playing your hearts out. I love you guys. Lots of love. And you know what? I got you each a little bit of something if you'll just look under your chair. Enjoy those. I didn't quite have the energy to sign all of them, but I got to a few of them. Well, as I said at the outset, this is the time of year to put away our differences and be thankful. We think about the people we love, we think about those less fortunate, and we think about ways we can be better in the coming year. For those of us lucky enough to spend our days on a college campus, our hope for the future is buoyed by the enthusiasm and ambition of young people preparing to change the world in so many ways. It's with this backdrop that I'm pleased to introduce our newest segment, Bird on the Street from 6 feet.
Bird on the Street from 6 feet. All right, so we're here from the State Show.
You're kidding, the snake show? Oh, I love that one. Do you have the Burmese one?
No, the State Show.
The State.
Yeah.
What is that?
So what do you think about Reggie Redbird?
He's okay. He's kind of a lot sometimes, but he can be fun at games. I think he's a little too much. He likes to give high fives.
What's your favorite thing about ISU?
Best thing is probably variety, and I say it very generally because it can be applied to everything. So just the classes you can get involved in, the extracurriculars you can get involved in.
Just the amount of RSOs that we have on campus, I have really been able to latch onto my dance team, and they've become like my home away from home, and I love those girls.
I love the Uptown area. It's got a lot of cool little shops and a big, it feels like home. You get that college town feel.
So what do you think about the star of our show, Jeff Mavros?
I think there was like a stamp when I got accepted at the bottom of the letter that said something like Jeff, I thought it was Jeff Bezos, I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes I try to avoid him to avoid any awkward situations on the street, but generally speaking, he's great.
Bird on the Street from 6 feet.
Well, that was fun. And Reg, we are really picking up some traction, apparently. You might have good 7, 8 friends by the time this whole thing is done. Speaking of making friends, let's talk about how you admitted students out there go about joining our newest class of Redbirds for the coming fall. To do that, let's welcome today's guest, my boss, and the Associate Vice President for Enrollment Management, Dr. Jana Albrecht. Jana. It's all right, Jana, come on in. Thanks so much for being on the show. Have a seat.
So what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be working? You told me this was going to be a meeting.
We had the band play the Wonder Woman theme for you, and did you hear the part where I said you were one of my favorite people on campus? I mean, I don't say that about every guest.
Every guest? How many times have you done this?
So Jana, we're halfway through the school year, and students are starting to think in earnest about their college plans. If I'm an admitted student and I know I want to be a Redbird, can you talk to me a little bit about the steps I need to take to do it?
So this is really a show?
Theoretically.
okay, sure. The first thing students need to do is make sure that they they tell us that they're going to be in this incoming class. So for freshmen, they have to turn in their enrollment deposit. But then if you're a transfer student, you really need to sign up for a transfer registration and orientation day. And you're seriously having students watch this. And you're really recording this. Well, I guess at least I wore my red pants.
You look great. So okay, I'm following. They've reserved their place in the class. That's great. So then what?
So for students that haven't been out of high school for more than 2 years, and that's typically our freshmen, but some of our transfer students, they're going to want to sign up for a housing contract because they're going to be living on campus.
Okay. So they have to submit a housing contract. Can they do that now?
They can't, but they'll be able to do that probably in mid-February, and that they'll have until May 1st to sign that housing contract, and the housing staff will send something to them very shortly before that portal opens.
Okay, save your place, submit your housing contract, then what?
So they'll definitely want to sign up for a meal plan. We have fantastic food. I eat there all the time, so they'll want to do that, and they'll do a contract for that as well.
Okay, so it's not quite time for that yet either?
Right. So for that as well, they'll have between middle of February and May 1st to do both the housing and the dining contracts.
Okay, I'm following. Anything else?
So just a few other things. They're going to want to turn in their final transcripts, so they'll get their admissions file all taken care of and ready to go. And then, of course, you'll want to submit all of your immunization records, and you'll want to look at your health insurance. Oh, and you do get to take a math placement exam. Math's my favorite subject. But don't worry about that, because that math placement exam is really just to put you in the correct math class when you get here. And finally, be sure to send us your AP scores, because again, you might get credit for some of those classes, and we want to put you in the appropriate class. And really, that's about it.
So obviously, you know a whole lot, but that is a whole lot for other people to know, and nobody's going to want to rewatch this show.
So you're still going with that? This is a show?
Theoretically. Is there a place for them to get all of this in one spot?
Absolutely, 24/7. They can log into their my.illinoisstate.edu portal and look at all of this information. And then also in their admissions packet, they'll have comprehensive and detailed information about all of these steps. But shouldn't you already know all of this?
Probably. Jana, I'm still getting paid for this, right?
We'll see.
Jana, Jana Albrecht, everybody. So this is when we typically do our future Redbird shout out and give away some Illinois State gear to an incoming student. And frankly, while I don't think we owe you any more entertainment than that, 'tis the season of giving. So today, I'm going to deliver this in a slightly more festive manner. Today's shout out is Susie R. from Peoria. She's getting a little swag from us for already submitting her enrollment deposit. Susie R., wherever you are, check your mail right soon, 'cause you got some gifts coming from President Dietz and Sage and Reggie and me and all of your friends here at ISU. Enjoy it, Susie. And we are almost out of time, so let's recap. Today we learned about the next steps admitted students need to take to become Redbirds for fall 2021, and we learned about the deadlines for each of those steps. We learned that all this information can be found in the my.illinoisstate.edu online portal, and this information will be sent to admitted students soon after their decision. We further learned that I may need to soon find a new job, so anyone out there who's hiring, please be in touch. With that, we'll be observing the holiday break along with the rest of you, and we'll be back in mid-January with our next episode featuring David Kirk, Esports Program Director here at Illinois State. You won't want to miss it. Or you might, but please watch. Until then, thanks for being with us. Happy holidays, and be good, everyone. Go Birds.